The art director's debrief, The Three Musketeers, number 14, Anatomy of an Impossible Wager. Hello and welcome back to the Emotive archive. We have journeyed with our heroes through the dark corridors of the Louvre, we have uncovered the Cardinal's plot, and we have witnessed the desperate, successful mission to save the Queen's honor. Now the narrative shifts to the grand, brutal theater of war, the siege of La Rochelle. In the chapters we will declassify today, 44 through 47, Dumas gives us one of the most iconic, audacious, and strategically brilliant sequences in the entire novel, the wager at the Bastion Saint-Gervais. A traditional reading sees this as a legendary display of French bravado, a moment of almost superhuman courage. But in our espionage analysis, we will argue that this is far more than just a daring stunt. It is a masterfully executed covert operation, a brilliant piece of psychological warfare where a public act of seeming madness is used as the perfect cover for a secret council of war that will decide the fate of their deadliest enemy. The scene is set by the tedious reality of siege warfare. The initial excitement has worn off, and life in the camp has become a routine of boredom, punctuated by moments of danger. Our heroes are frustrated, but the true catalyst is the discovery that their most private conversations are being overheard by the Cardinal's spies. They have possession of a terrible and dangerous secret, the full knowledge of Milady de Winter's assassination plot against the Duke of Buckingham. They need a place to talk, a secure location, a cone of silence where they can formulate a plan without being discovered. The inns are compromised, their own tents are not secure. The entire camp is a network of listening posts for the Cardinal. It is in this context that Athos, the master strategist, devises his brilliant, insane plan. He makes a public wager with a group of dismissive officers that he and his three friends can go to the abandoned and highly dangerous Bastion Saint-Gervais, hold it against the enemy for 1 full hour, and have their breakfast there. On the surface, this is an act of pure, arrogant bravado, a classic musketeer display. The other officers see it as a suicide mission, a foolish bet made by bored soldiers. This is the first phase of the operation, creating a public narrative that is so outlandish and so in character for the musketeers that no one would suspect a deeper motive. They are hiding their true mission in plain sight, camouflaged by their own reputation for recklessness. The execution of the plan is a masterpiece of military precision and cool-headed nerve. The four friends, accompanied by their servants carrying a large basket of food and wine, calmly walk towards the bastion in the early morning light. The scene is surreal. They are walking into a kill zone. The bastion is a ruined, bullet-scarred fortification littered with the bodies of the fallen from a previous assault. Their first act is not to fight, but to prepare their breakfast, a display of almost superhuman nonchalance. This is the second phase of the operation, psychological warfare. Their calm demeanor is designed to confuse and intimidate their enemy soldiers in La Rochelle who are watching them. What kind of men have breakfast in the middle of a battlefield? This strange, unpredictable behavior creates hesitation and uncertainty in the minds of their opponents. When the enemy finally attacks, the musketeers' true purpose is revealed. The breakfast is not just a meal, it is their alibi. The battle is not just a defense, it is the necessary cover for their true mission. They fight with their customary skill and courage, easily repelling the first wave of attackers. Between assaults, they resume their meal and, more importantly, they hold their council of war. This is the heart of the operation. With the noise of battle providing the perfect cover, they can finally speak freely. Athos reveals the carte blanche, the license to kill that he took from Milady. They formulate a plan to warn the Duke of Buckingham and to intercept and neutralize Milady. They write the crucial letters that will set their counter-operation in motion. They have successfully turned a battlefield into a secure private meeting room. The hour is up, the wager is won. They return to their camp as heroes, their reputation for impossible bravery now cemented into legend. They have not only succeeded in their primary secret mission to hold a council of war, but they have also succeeded in their secondary public mission to win their bet and humiliate their rivals. It is a complete and total victory, a testament to the brilliant, multi-layered strategic mind of Athos and the flawless execution of his team. He has used the very nature of war, the chaos, the danger, the assumption of open conflict, as a tool to conduct a secret operation. It is a brilliant piece of spycraft, a perfect example of how to hide a secret in the most public and dangerous place imaginable.
Now that we have anatomized the events of this legendary wager, let us elevate our analysis and explore its deeper symbolic and strategic significance. The wager at the Bastion Saint-Gervais is the ultimate expression of the musketeers' ethos, a perfect fusion of their public persona and their covert function. It is a moment where their swashbuckling bravado and their strategic cunning become one and the same. Let us first analyze the bastion itself as a symbol. A bastion is a fortified projection from a castle wall, a position designed for active defense, for firing upon attackers from multiple angles. It is a place of immense strategic importance, but it is also isolated and exposed. This perfectly describes the position of the musketeers themselves. They are the defenders of the king's honor, operating on the front lines of a political war, but they are also isolated, a small faction surrounded by the powerful forces of the cardinal. By choosing to occupy the bastion, they are symbolically embracing their role as the lonely, defiant defenders of a greater cause. The fact that the bastion is in ruins adds another layer of meaning. They are defending a crumbling, almost lost code of honor in a world that is increasingly governed by the cold pragmatism of the cardinal. The act of having breakfast amidst the battle is a masterpiece of psychological warfare, a tactic designed to project an aura of invincibility. It is an act of supreme, calculated arrogance. The message it sends to both their enemies in La Rochelle and their rivals in the French camp is clear. You are so insignificant to us that we can eat our morning meal while you are trying to kill us. Your greatest efforts are merely a minor inconvenience, an interruption to our breakfast. This display of nonchalance is more demoralizing to an enemy than any display of brute force. It is a tactic that relies on the power of perception, of turning a desperate situation into a performance of effortless superiority. It is a classic example of what military strategists call an economy of force, achieving a major psychological victory with a minimal expenditure of resources. Furthermore, this event is a critical turning point in the internal leadership of the group. While all four men are heroes, the wager at the bastion solidifies Athos's position as the undisputed strategic and moral leader. The idea is his, the plan is his, and the execution is guided by his calm nerve. While D'Artagnan is the arrow, the man of action, Athos is the bowman who aims him. This scene establishes the intellectual hierarchy of the group. Porthos and Aramis are brilliant specialists, and D'Artagnan is a prodigy, but it is Athos who possesses the deep, almost tragic understanding of strategy that allows them to succeed against impossible odds. His leadership is not based on rank or volume, but on the quiet, undeniable weight of his intellect and experience. Finally, let us deconstruct the Council of the Musketeers that takes place during this hour. This is the moment they officially transition from being reactive agents, responding to the cardinal's plots, to proactive ones. They are no longer just defending the Queen, they are now launching their own counterintelligence operation to stop Milady. The plan they devise is complex and international in scope. It involves writing and dispatching secret letters to key allies, Milady de Winter in England and a powerful abbess in France. They are activating their own intelligence network, a network built on personal trust and shared honor to combat the cardinal's state-sponsored one. The revelation of the carte blanche is the final catalyst. This document, this license to kill, is a symbol of the absolute corruption of the cardinal's regime. By deciding to act against it, the Musketeers are making a profound moral and political choice. They are placing their own code of justice above the law of the state as dictated by Richelieu. They are, in essence, declaring themselves a sovereign entity, a small band of brothers who will enforce a higher moral law because the official systems have failed. The breakfast at the Bastion is therefore not just a meal, it is their last supper before embarking on their most dangerous and morally complex mission, the hunt for Milady de Winter. Thank you for joining me in the Emotive Archive.